game day ritual. Run the ball like Mitchell, or you can be like Reynolds and Skipful. Give it to Johnston and he'll get triple. Pass it to Cleary, you know he'll run the pitch. Score points like Jabojevic, I'm game day fit, no need a switch. Cooking up like Cookie Man's in the kitchen. Who's that on the wing? It's Sivo. Score, try and do the Gafrino. Don't get too rowdy or too keen, or you'll end up like Hassan Tino. Get a 40-20 like BCE. Run the ball like hectic cheese. Support runner, that's Pappenhausen, but I still got Teddy at the SCG.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Final Siren Podcast, or welcome to the Final Siren Podcast. If you're new here, please consider giving us a subscription on YouTube, following our Instagram at the Final Siren Podcast, and just hopefully you enjoy the content. That's what we're doing it here for, and that's what we're trying to sort of get involved with. We're trying to make sure people enjoy the content we're putting out, and it'd be really helpful if you could hit that subscribe button. We've got a match preview here for you tonight. Faraz and I, like we've been doing the past couple of days, we'll share around the duties a little bit of sort of co-hosting this. But first off, Faraz, how are you doing today, mate?
No, not too bad, mate. Obviously, feeling a bit sick today, but it's all good. Now ready to rumble, and can't wait for Thursday night footy. It's a blockbuster match, a bit underhyped, I reckon, but it is what it is. The grand final replays here. Parramatta take on the Penrith. I've messed it up there, but Penrith take on Parramatta. This should be a blockbuster, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Now, before we get into anything too specific about this game in particular, obviously this is a grand final rematch. Do you think the fact that the Brisbane Derby is on, Brisbane Derby of Dolphins versus Broncos, do you think this game, the Brisbane versus Dolphins game, takes away from this game, or do you think it's more so? Because I don't know, it hasn't felt very hyped up for a grand final rematch.
No, mate. And especially because, this has been an established rivalry now for, the last 2 to 3 years, especially in the grand final and the final series last year. These two teams hate each other with a passion. Obviously, you had the comments about James Fisher-Harris calling Parramatta their sons and whatnot. A few fights and whatnot with Cleary and all that, the beef. Look, yes, it does take away from the spotlight, but also I think partially it's because Parramatta are 0-3. And sort of people are expecting Penrith to roll them over, whereas Broncos Dolphins, even though, yes, a lot of people are tipping the Broncos, they're not confident really because you never know what's going to show up. It's a new rivalry at Suncorp Stadium. Brisbane Broncos, back to Suncorp Stadium. So obviously their attention is going to go there. But I don't think anyone should be saying, why is it scheduled the same week? It's still good to have a rivalry round, It's just that it's a new rivalry, so obviously it's going to take its headlines. But Penrith and Parramatta is a more established rivalry for sure. But I expect nothing less than fireworks tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good game to open this round, I find off. Faraz, you can lead us through this random stat this week and the credit.
All right, so random stat. The Panthers have not lost the game coming off a bye in the last 3 seasons. Credit to random stats guy, obviously rolling them stats out. Wonderful job, mate. But, yeah, look, I find that stat a bit interesting. I actually didn't know that, but, Penrith have barely lost as well in the last 2 seasons, so this doesn't surprise me that a fresh and refueled team comes back harder.
Yeah, I was surprised by this one as well. I loaded up to see what random stat I could get for tonight's podcast. I saw this and I was thinking, and by the way, this being said, them not having lost a game coming off a bye in the last 3 seasons, but they're actually 5-0. So it's very impressive. Penrith 5-0 when they're coming off a bye.
Parramatta, just pack your bags.
They might as well head home early, honestly, Parramatta. No offense to any Parramatta fans, but I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about Parramatta tonight.
I hope he's going to offend the Parramatta fans.
Key matchup. I'll read Mitchell Moses' stats. You can read Nathan Cleary's stats. But this is the key matchup I've chosen to go with. Mitchell Moses, 2022 stats. 23 try assists, 21 forced dropouts, 428 average kick meters, and 78.5% conversion rate. And Faraz, Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, Nathan Cleary's stats are 18 tries, 17 forced dropouts, 479 average kick meters, 85% conversion rate. Those are some hectic stats for Nathan Cleary. Obviously, being one of the best running halves in the game. Also, he can control the team really well. Mitchell Moses I feel like a lot of people hate on Mitchell Moses, but individually, he's got a good bomb on him. He has a good kicking game. But who do you think wins up the battle tonight? And especially in wet weather footy, who has the advantage with wet weather footy at CommBank?
Yeah, Parramatta, they have a big advantage playing at CommBank. They do have some good games there, and they won last time they played the Panthers at Combank. Quick stat for you there. But looking at the stats between the two different halfbacks, Mitchell Moses has 23 try assists to Nathan Cleary's 18. 21 forced dropouts to Nathan Cleary's 17 last season. 428 average kick meters. Nathan Cleary, obviously, a lot more than that, 479 average kick meters. And then Nathan Cleary has a better conversion rate by, I believe that's about 7%.
Sorry to cut you off, but it is important to let it out there. But mind you, that Cleary did miss 4 weeks, so the stats obviously, like, you're probably thinking, oh, like, Moses is actually outmatching him. Mind you, Cleary missed a month as well, so look how close the stats are for someone that's missed 4 to 5 games last year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, if you add 4 or 5 more games in and Origin as well,
yeah.
If you add those games back into his stats, I mean, he's only down 5 try assists and 4 dropouts. You reckon he easily gets that in like 6 or 7 games? He will easily get 5 try assists and then 4 forced dropouts in those games. So overall, Nathan Cleary probably had a better season last season. Ended up being the premiership winning halfback. So yeah, it was good seasons from both halfbacks. So they were arguably the best and second best halfback last year. And we welcome National Sports Loaded to the chat. National Sports Loaded, how are you feeling tonight about Parramatta? Are you confident? Let us know, because honestly, no offense, but if I'm a Parramatta fan, I'm not feeling confident tonight.
I second that, though, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Yeah. Tips, margins, and anytime try scorer. Now, Lockie's not on tonight, so he won't have his same game multi. I will do my same game multi after. But we'll list the tips first. This is going to be a short video, only around 10 or 15 minutes. Faraz, talk us through your tips, margin, anytime try scorer, and why you've gone with it.
Lads, I know I took the Panthers Eels for an upset yesterday. I know I said that, but I'm going to have to change it back to the Panthers. I'm just getting good vibes from the Panthers, offered by fresh off. They want to beat Parramatta as well. Like, I feel like I was being a bit too much on the Parramatta Eels bandwagon there. I feel like I was focusing more on the Eels than the Panthers. And it is the Panthers' fault that Parramatta are 0-3. And, like, Parramatta will be as much as be fresh to, like, put the Eels back into the sword and make them go 0-4. They'll love that. So, look, it is at Parramatta. And that does give Parramatta a huge advantage because they play better footy at home. But just looking at Parramatta, they're fresh off a bye, no major injuries. Sonny looks on his feet. If Sonny gets involved with a lot tonight, I reckon Panthers win. I don't think they'll win well. I think it'll be close still, but I think Penrith have enough in them in the tank with the bye. They're fresh. Cleary's going to have another week to work with. I reckon Penrith by 8. I'm going to go a scoreline of 24-16. And let's go Nathan Cleary for anytime try scorer.
Yeah, and that's a really good pick. Really good picks there. Myself, I'm going to tell you my tip, but I'm going to go with a different anytime try scorer than I've got on my multi because I've got a few on there. But I'm going to go tip Penrith. I think Penrith, they should win tonight. They've been one of the best teams in the competition for the last few years. The Eels, they really aren't looking up for it tonight. I don't know. Sorry about that, National Sports Loaded, but I just don't see Eels getting the job done tonight. If they do, I'm not going to be too surprised because obviously Eels always get up for the Battle of the West. They just do. It's what happens. I've got Panthers personally 1-12. I don't think it'll be too big of a win. And anytime try scorer, someone who's not on my multi, I might go Stephen Crichton. I feel like he'll have a good game. Right. He might score a try. Last time I backed him in to be first try scorer, and he actually did score first. But I haven't done that today on the multi. I'll quickly walk you through my multi. You can tell me if you think it's good value for money and if I'll get it right. So my same game multi, I've got Panthers head-to-head, Mike Acevo, anytime try scorer, Brian Toto, anytime try scorer, and Luke Garner to get his first try for the Panthers. He's still, I don't think he's done that yet. I could be wrong.
No.
Not yet. He set up a try, though, off that try assist. That was a knock-on. Any day of the week, that was a knock-on. He did not offload that. But what do you think? What do you make of this for us? Do you reckon this is a pretty good bet?
I agree with the majority of it, but I want to point something interesting with the Luke Garner bet. He's been pretty close to scoring on himself as well. Like he was close in the second game, probably should have scored, but Latrell had a fantastic try saver. The first game, if you remember, against the Broncos, right on halftime, Lloyd put in a grubber and he nearly pounced on it. But Billy Walters allows this tackle to tackle Luke Garner. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Arguably, he should have had 2 tries already for Penrith. So it is a good bet to get on because he is dangerous close to the line and he should have scored. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. I reckon head-to-head Penrith is a safe bet. Majority are taking the Panthers to win against Parramatta. Sevo at Parramatta. Can't name me a better thing right now for Eels. And Brian Toy, I think he's got a double in the last 2 games against Eels. So he does
Yeah.
put a lot of fun to the lines against the Scums, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I agree with everything. I think you're onto something here, mate.
Thanks so much. Now, obviously, like I said, Lockie wasn't able to be here, wasn't able to put in his same game multi. So speaking of which, that's just about wrapped up those sort of things. But before we end off, Faraz, do you have anything else you want to touch on about this game?
Interestingly enough, even though Parramatta are 0-3, if Penrith were to lose tonight, do you think the pressure goes back onto them? Because, like, mind you, like yesterday they got the job done over the Rabbitohs, but then the media will start like contrasting things because there'll be like 1 win and 2 losses, so they'll be focusing on the 1 point loss to the Broncos and how they need to choke the Rabbitohs. Do you think pressure will be on them as well? Because Parramatta will be off with this, I have no doubt about it. So if they were to win, like the loser of this, do you think they'll face pressure either way, whoever loses?
I think Parramatta are probably more under pressure for me just because if they lose, they go on 4. But yet again, that being said, Penrith are under pressure with the fact that if they lose, they've just lost to the Eels, who have gone 0-3 so far. So it's a bit of a tough one. Maybe let us know in the comments. Who do you think is under more pressure to win this game, Panthers or Eels? We'll get to that soon. But Faraz, who did you think was under more pressure?
I think Parramatta. I think Penrith are under enough pressure as well. But look, mate, Penrith, I trust more to back up their season and get a few wins. Parramatta could go possibly 0-5 if they lose tonight. And if they lose 13 plus, I don't know how they win next week because this is the one game where they should be turning up against. And I'm going to take it to the Dolphins-Broncos game a fair bit. Dolphins, even if the Dolphins lost by 70 in the first 2 games, I'm not even joking, they'll still be up for the Broncos game because these rivalry games matter a lot. And both teams will be fired up no matter what the cost is. So I think Parramatta, purely because they're 0-3, they don't want to go 0-4 because if they do, it'll even become harder with them against the informed Rooster side. And you always want to win against your rivals or your arch enemies. So no doubt. Look, Penrith will be under enough pressure as well if they lose because the media will just talk them up if they're ready for 3-peat. But I reckon Parramatta just because they haven't won a game yet.
Yeah, and I think exactly the same thing. We'll quickly get to a few questions and then we'll get ready to end off.
Also, a shout out to Mitch Moses. Congratulations on the re-signing. I know I'm not the biggest fan of Parramatta Moses, but he made his career there. That's where he got his name and how he developed as a player. He's a genuine halfback. So, look, I may hate the Eels, but congratulations. I'll give credit where it's due. I'm happy for them. They needed him. They couldn't have lost him at this time of point. They've already lost Hodkinson and a second rower. They couldn't have lost their 7.
Yep, definitely. Joe Bisho says, "Hey guys, hey Joe Bisho, good to have you back in the chat, man.
You excited to be the bye this week?"
I'm not too sure if Roos is sneak past the bye this week. I'm questioning. I've changed my tip all week.
Few injuries, eh?
You never know. If James Tedesco goes down before kickoff, the bye might have a chance. National Sports Loaded says, "Hey boys, hey National Sports Loaded, good to have you back in the chat again. Did the Panthers last play in the wet against the Broncos back in round 1 or against Souths? If so, then so far they haven't been performing the best in the wet since they lost twice in the condition." That's probably fair.
It was raining, but I think a lot of people do forget that it was also fairly dry for the first 15 minutes and we're up 12-6. So either way, I think Brisbane were on top. But when it started becoming wet weather footy, Penrith made a lot of stacked errors, a lot of silly errors, and they just couldn't hold the ball. So yeah, they have been struggling. They lost to St. Helens as well. But I think what's to be concerned is that they've only lost by a point, so they're always in the game no matter what. So Parramatta have to take their chances tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I'm keeping my expectations low, but I think Hopgood and Yeo is an underrated matchup. It is a very underrated matchup. That's a good one.
A lot of people probably think that Yeo's the better player for sure, but on the night, anything can happen. I mean, Carrigan matched up with Yeo, so...
Yeah, Hopgood's been so good to start the season. He's been great. So, yeah, that's a good matchup. Joe Bisho says Panthers 28 to
Grand
Eels
final
12.
score.
I think, wasn't the grand final score 26 to 12? Yeah, very close to it. Are you sure?
Yeah, it was 28.
I thought Panthers won by 14, but I could be wrong.
You are wrong.
Okay. I'm going to check it then. We're going to check it. I'm Captain challenging it because Let's see who's wrong. Oh my goodness,
Mate.
I'm wrong. Okay, guys, give it to me in the chat, please. I deserve that. I've been sitting here thinking the whole time it's been Panthers by 14.
It's a
I
common
swear
L at this point. It's a common L
No,
at
I
this
swear
point.
at the start of the season, I swear the Broncos ran out against the Panthers, and the commentators said the Panthers got the win over the Eels in the grand final by 14 points, and so
I
it's
think
sort
that
of
was a
just been.
trial match they were probably talking about. I'm not sure.
Did they play each other in the trials?
Yeah, they did.
Fucking hell, my ball knowledge has been shit. Don't mind me, boys. Tyre anytime, Edwards anytime, Sivo
Oh, Dylan
anytime.
Edwards is a safe one as well. It's like,
I'm not
Dylan
too
Edwards'
sure.
running meters has been insane, especially in the games they've lost. He's been insane at the back.
Yeah. Running meters wise, Edwards is good. I'm not too sure about him as an anytime try scorer tonight, but I mean it could pay off though. He scores when he's needed to score.
What's your scoreline prediction? Do you think it'll be like low scoring with the footy or?
Oh yeah, I didn't even give my prediction. I just said my margin. I'm gonna go Panthers. I'm gonna go 26-12. I'm gonna go. Actually, no, I said 1-12. Wait, no. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 26-16. Panthers by 10.
Okay.
I feel like that's pretty safe. But I mean, what was yours again?
I predicted 24-16.
Yeah, that's a good bet. That's a really good bet. So the next one, National Sports Low, says Eels 20-18.
Right.
I can't really see it happening, but I mean,
No, there's a lot of that could happen. I mean, I think Ryan Madison's a huge in, so I think people also need to look at that factor as well. I think it'll be good for them.
yeah, Ryan Madison. He's a huge addition. Para 1000%. I think this is who's under more pressure, and I agree. Parramatta under more pressure.
Okay.
I'm worried about the bye. Adam Reynolds, Adam Reynolds, worries me. But the bye haven't won a game yet, so yeah, and they haven't. The bye won't. I'm not sure. If not him, Stephen Crichton. I think this is about Dylan Edwards, and that's Stephen Crichton's a good bet. He's a good bet to score.
Wow.
Or to Ruva.
Sonny.
Another good one. And then Joe Bishop's just gone all in. He said, actually, anyone from Penrith can score. Fucking hell.
Mate, Luai would score a double at this point. Honestly, most Leota might budge one over.
Oh my goodness. Breaking news. Anyone watching this has heard it here first. Ken Mamalo has actually just signed with the Gold Coast Titans.
Seriously?
I'm not too sure if I can get that in.
Well,
I can't get it to focus on.
so is that on the Titans page?
Yeah, it's on the Titans Instagram page. So that's out of nowhere.
That is so odd. Kamamala, right?
Yeah, Ken Mamalo. I'm not sure if it's
Wasn't he
immediate.
on the Tigers?
Yeah, he was. It might be an immediate sort of signing.
So
Out
that's
of
probably why they
nowhere.
released Herbert. That's probably why they released Herbert, maybe, to free.
Well, Herbert was released on compassionate grounds, which I believe.
Do you think he'll fit it though? Like they've already got Kyle Pereira, they got Jojo fit on the sidelines.
He's a good player, so I feel like he could fit in, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how I feel about that signing.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm not saying he's not a good player. He was wonderful for the Tigers, but Gold Coast already have their backline settled. You know what I mean?
So there's the official post there. Kamamalo to the Gold Coast Titans. That's confirmed, and
Right.
I think that's pretty much nearly a good spot. To end off.
Congratulations! I mean, they're on their way to becoming the best Queensland team and winning 5 premierships.
Yeah, definitely. But that'll about do us. Faraz, do you
Well,
want to
also-
end us off tonight? Sorry,
One
yeah.
more question. Sorry, one more question.
Yep.
Based on the ladder prediction you had earlier in the season, so I think you had Penrith top 4 and Parramatta in the top 8, if I'm not wrong.
Ninth.
So far, based on that, are you confident with where you've had them?
Penrith, I think, could miss out on top 4, but I'm not sure. I had Penrith like 3rd or 4th, so I'm pretty confident with that. And I'm pretty confident with the Para at 9th.
Yeah, I had Parramatta top 4. I'm not liking that chance at all. Penrith 3rd, I'm fine with, but Parramatta top 4. I still think they're a top 8 side, but I don't know, top 4. I might have put them too high.
Yeah, fair enough point. But no other things. Are we happy to end off now?
Yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Thank you so much to everyone who's joined. It's been a nice 20-minute stream. Faraz, end us off if you want.
Yeah, so look, I'm not lucky, but I'll try my best. Thanks once again for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching the video. the season's just getting started. We're on our way to doing more content. It's been me and Noah here from the Final Time Podcast. Follow our Instagram page, follow our Twitch page. We'll be covering at least every Thursday night. Probably not every, but we'll try to get most in. Davis will be back on soon. Locke will be back on soon. Big things are coming your way. Just keep subscribing, keep that notification bell on, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Have a good
Cheers,
one.
guys. And we'll see you in the next stream.